Kia ora koutou, day 69 of the trading journey. I wasn't in the best frame of mind heading in tonight. I was tired and honestly that first trade showed it. Still managed to finish green, so let's break down how it all played out. So first stock I saw this morning was MEGL, and I saw it as it was breaking through here. I just basically got into TradingView and logged into TradeZero into my account, and I saw this pushing up through to 250. Wasn't ready to take a trade, so I didn't jump in on that, and then it sort of pulled back and was having a bit of a struggle breaking through that level there. What's that? That was 280, around 280. So I didn't jump in here. Could have taken a position off the 9 EMA as it came up here, but didn't do that. Entry here off the lows, or as it broke through that level there. On this candle here was an entry, but didn't take that. And then it ripped up to 398 as it broke through, what's that, to $3. As it broke through the whole dollar, ripped up to a high of 398. I missed that, and as it was pulling back, I went and had a look at another stock, EVGN as well, I think was broke around that time. But then I came back and it was rallying back up here, and I thought I would take the first pullback. So I ended up getting in here as it sort of did a micro pullback at 332, around this level here. See if I make that bigger. So I got in here around 332, around this level here on this green candle. It did push up to around 340, but I was looking for 10 cents, so I was looking for 342. It didn't hit it in that red candle there. It pulled back, and as it dipped down here, I did hold it, hoping it would, rally back up. It didn't, and so I stopped out at 311, which is about here on this green candle. So not a good start to the morning. Probably shouldn't have taken that trade at all. It was sort of already had put in a few green candles, and the volume profile down here, even though it was more than before, it still wasn't comparable to when it actually broke out. So it's probably a bit optimistic on that trade. And yeah, so I made a loss of $8.19 on that trade there, and it wasn't really the setup that I meant to be taking anyway. If maybe down here, if it broke that level there and I got in, that would be more closer to my setup, breaking up over that first green candle, or candle to make a first green. A first break the high of the previous green candle. Anyway, then it rolled over. So I then saw GELS. This popped up around, get to the right place, 7.30, pushed up from around $1.70 up to $3.15, and then pulled back. I did think about taking a trade off of 250 here, but I kind of missed the first couple of candles, and then I was a bit hesitant to get in again, just because if you're not in these first couple of candles, sometimes it reverses, and it did reverse here. on this fourth candle, dipped back down, came down to the 20 EMA, sort of rebounded off that up to 248 from 213. So as it pulled back down here, again a little bit impatient, I bought in at 235 as it pulled back, looking for it to hold the 9 EMA as it pushed up here. But if I just zoom out a little bit, if you look at the volume profile, that green candle there's not a lot of volume really in there compared to these previous reds. So, you know, I shouldn't have really bought in on this red candle. I should have waited for it to actually confirm. But what I did was I held through here, looking for it to rally. And I actually got a bit nervous as it broke down through the 20 EMA, to be honest, down to the whole dollar. If it had broken the whole dollar, I would have been out. If it had broken down between $2, below $2, I would have been out. But it did rally, put a decent green candle back up to 230, pulled back a little bit, and then micro pullback, and then pushed through to the VWAP. So I held through that candle there, and up to 259, pushed up here, hit some resistance, and I was happy taking it around 259, 260. I was looking for 260, but when I sold on the bid, I got filled at 259, so that was still fine. That candle went to a high of 267 though, so kind of missed that initial burst up to 267 as it was pulling back. It sort of held around 258, pushed back up to 260, but yeah, got 259. So that was not a clean trade. If it had been a clean trade, I would have been in, say, here at 216, 220 as it broke through up here, or even, you know, as it broke this candle here at 230, that would have been an okay entry. Looking for that break straight up to, you know, 250, 280, possibly even holding for it to break the previous high, but I doubt I would have held through this pullback here. Probably the better trade would have been to have traded this front side here, and then re-entered as it retested the VWAP, and got back in here, or even back in here as it broke through this level at 270. It did go to a high of 335, which is good to see, but I'd taken my second trade, and that was me done for the day. So that was all my trades really. So when it pushed through up here, you know, the volume was increasing. I possibly could have held this, looking for it to push higher. It did close sort of close to the VWAP, but you know, it was well within my target price range to take profit, so that's what I did in the end. The other stock that I saw was EVGN, which I mentioned just before. I was kind of annoyed too because I missed the majority of this move as well. Where are we? Just being tired and not being in a good frame of mind last night, I kind of hesitated quite a bit. So I saw this pop around 7 and push from, you know, 160 up to $3 basically. And you know, the entry was here off of VWAP as it held VWAP, and could have been in there at 240, out at, you know, around $3. That would have been a really good trade. But missed that entire move. And once again, you know, it came down, tested VWAP, could have been in here for the break of that first green candle, 287, you know, out around 320, 330. That would have been a good trade as well. So not bad moves in that price range. this morning, EVGN, MEGL and GELS with some good stocks this morning in that $2 price range, so $2 to $3 price range. That was it for me. I called it a day after that. So not great profit today, 2 trades. First trade I was down 7. No, it was only $7. Actually, that's the wrong day. That was yesterday. That's why I'm getting it. That's better. Yeah, first trade I was down $8.19 on EGL. And the second trade on GELS, I made a profit of $12.24. So overall, only a profit of around $4.05. So only green, just in the green there. Risk reward ratio is 1.49. Not as good as yesterday, but yeah, still profitable on the day. So profitable on the week, $11. Not great, but better than being red on the week. So 3 more days to go. If I can get rid of the red trade at the start of the session and just have a green trade, then I might be able to have a bit more profit in there, and actually stick to my setup is a big thing as well. So I feel like I am not really sticking to the setup that I've meant to be trading. I am missing that one, and then I am jumping in on a slightly different strategy or setup. So I've got to work on that. So I finished the day with a $4.05 profit. Not much, but green is green. I didn't feel on top of it today. Took a trade I shouldn't have, missed a few good ones, and hesitated when I could have done better. Still, I'm glad I stuck to 2 trades and didn't spiral. Staying disciplined when you're not feeling sharp is part of the work too. If you're finding these breakdowns helpful, or you're on your own trading journey, hit subscribe and follow along. I'll be back tomorrow for another shot at trading this strategy. Let's see how it plays out. Hei a pōpō.